welcome to the second installment of Creatures of Aizere. Here we are, this one's going to be a little bit longer due to the fact that I decided to do this one all digitally. And I'm going to continue with that from now on so you can see the full design process instead of just coloring and line art. The creature we are starting with here are called the Zalans. They are these longer creatures. These ones were difficult to figure out. It's a zebra, dragonfly, and something else. I forget what though, but it'll probably come back on stream. Oh, it's a lemur. Lemur, yes. I wanted this one to be a flying creature. So you can see here that I am adding the lines of a lemur's tail, making those huge dragonfly wings. I couldn't really figure out what shape I wanted them to be at first. So you can see that I'm very much messing around with the shapes. Here I was trying to mimic what my little reference photo had, but then I decided to just go with these classic kind of dragonfly looking wings, and I could see the little ones at the back. I then went and had the same eye as I saw on the dragonfly one, and to continue with that, I added this little diamond eye kind of shape I saw on the lemur. Then I added the zebra's ears and the little mohawk it has. I continued with this, and since the prompt was to have spots on it, I was playing around with how I could have that aspect in here, but I decided against it and add that little muzzle piece. Then I added these little crown shapes on the hooves. Since it was set to be on a farm, I added this little tag that you sometimes see in cow ears, and I was going to go for a cowbell, but then I decided that that doesn't look right. So I kept playing around with that, and then I went into the line art. For the line art, I'm just kind of tracing it, of course. I wanted to change some things up, so I was trying to figure out the best way I could figure this out. I was playing around with the shapes and stuff, using the eraser finally instead of just undo. Here you can see I'm really making sure the cow tag stands out and isn't just part of the ear. Here I'm really defining the eye and all the shapes. I wanted the shapes to have a very much stand out from the rest of it. Here you can see the mane in its process. You see I add more stripes like there is on the tail since zebras have that. Again, I have that sharp angled neck. I finish up the hooves. You can see that I decided that the hooves and the little crown pieces are separate. I then went in with the tail, so I could finish up the back legs. Looking back on this, the back legs do look a little wonky, especially that front one. Yeah. I have been seeing a lot of posts well, not a lot, but I've seen 2 posts recently. There was an appreciation post, which I loved so much. If you're watching this now, it was so great. You're amazing at editing. And I saw a fan art of one of the Aizers, which was absolutely beautiful. I love seeing people love these so much, and how much time I put into it. It really feels amazing seeing people love them. Here I was going in with this golden color, since, I don't know if you knew this, but there are such thing as golden zebras, where instead of black and white, they're like this blondish color. I also wanted it to stand out and kind of be a unique creature. Kind of look like a bee, I guess. During this, I was also thinking about a lot of other stuff, like how can I make this look unique? I also want to apologize if I'm talking too fast. If I am, just tell me somehow in the comments or something. Then I went in with another shade of the same color to do the little like diamonds I had all over it, which I really liked doing. I definitely love doing this series, so I'm so glad you all decided that I should keep doing this. I wanted to keep this like brownish color scheme, and then I decided I should have a pop of green, and I decided to make that the eyes too. I then went in with a lighter green for the little highlights in the eye. I wanted to go in with a more neutral color, so I went in with that, and then I went back to my yellows to do the mane and tail. You can see I'm trying to figure out what shade is the best. I eventually decided on this shade right here. So I went in, and every other one was this color, kind of like how you see stripes, you know? The detail that was supposed to be on this was spots, but I couldn't figure out how to incorporate it, so it got scrapped. though I love this creature so much, and I definitely know how it's going to play into the story at some point, but I'm not going to tell you when or how it's going to play into the story, since otherwise that spoils a lot of things that I have planned out. You can see here that I really love how the tail and mane turned out, especially that second color for the tail and mane. It's such a beautiful color, and I feel like the two go very, very well together. Honestly, I love this cute little creature right here, the Zalans. I just find them adorable. I then decided that I would go in with this blue for the wings. I wasn't entirely sure how I was going to do it yet, so I decided I was going to make it an ombre. So, if you're going to plan on drawing this, I'd recommend doing it digitally, since there's going to be a lot of, blending, especially with the next one. I've already filmed it. I'm just needing to voice it over still. At least at the time of recording this. I'm planning on editing that one more. I'm really hoping that you guys will love this as a long-standing series. As I develop and explore this world, I'll probably have more and more to say. Looking back on this, I could see that I could have added a third wing color, but I didn't want to. And I really like how it turned out anyway. So then I just kind of blended those together, and voila! Those are the Zalans. So here's a little picture, still picture. Next we have these guys, I forget their name. But these guys are a mountain creature that somehow have fins and gills. It's very fun playing that little game where I just draw cards. This guy, he is very unique and very dear. He looks kind of silly though. Looks a little silly. But he's a lot more spiky than the other ones. It looks a lot more dangerous, I feel like. He's going to be a very small guy, but I feel like smaller the animal is, the more menacing it has to look sometimes. Especially in the Elleris and in the world that I have made. Especially, so I was trying to figure out what to do here. The neck, I wanted to have like a rattlesnake body, but I couldn't figure out how. You notice in this video especially, a lot of the bodies are longer and more lean than they used to be. Like right here you can see they're a lot longer and not as plump as they were. Here I had the little rattlesnake rattle thing, I guess. So yeah, I carefully did that. I was trying to figure out, since it said fins, I was trying to figure out how to do that. So I decided on these dorky little fin feet based off the narwhal feet, flippers that they have. So I added the gills there next. So the feet kind of look dorky. Here I was contemplating what to do. Then, since I had looked at my reference picture, I added these spikes across along the spine. Looking back on it, I definitely know I had references from other fandoms I'm in. A lot of these I've noticed have yes, here's the name. Ratswolves. Ratswolves was the name I came up with for this guy. For these guys, I mean. You can see here I forgot to draw on the correct layer. Luckily, after that, I became very paranoid and kept making sure I was on the right layer. The eye was very, very fun to draw. It has like a little cat eye wing to it, kind of. The guy has very nice eyeliner without even having to wear eyeliner. The spikes, of course, because you gotta have spikes. Spikes. So I carefully did that, and I went around tracing the body. I was trying to figure out what I was going to do with these, because after I finished them, they looked even more dorky than when they were just outlined, because now you don't see, like, the full flipper part. You just see this little chubby thing with these claws on it, which it's adorable since it's supposed to be such a menacing creature. Don't worry, we get more spikes, and, well, not spikes. We get a bit more menacing in the next one. Recently I've been playing a lot with gradients, so you can see that these creatures especially will have a lot of gradient stuff. Like, not even just blended, like also unblended, which we'll see on the tail once we get there. I was having a lot of trouble figuring out what to do with this guy, how to make him unique. Kind of like the Angers, it has a more simple design than the other ones I'm drawing in this one. You can see that in this, I've made more little panels for me to draw on. I've decided that for this series we're going to be doing 4 each video. So 4 creatures each video. So keep your eyes out for that. I don't remember how many I did in the first one, but I realized how long it was just for this one, and this is extremely sped up. It's a long video, and it's extremely sped up. It was like 62 minutes before I sped it up. And, so I'm just going to have it for each video, so they're going to be about 30-ish minutes each time, give or take a bit. I'm trying to make sure they don't go over like 40. So far they haven't, though. So here I wanted to go in with this nice green color so it kind of blended in with a forest. You can see that I'm just carefully going in and just filling it in. Wow. People never tell you how hard this commentary stuff is. I know I said I was going to write a script for this one, but I completely forgot to do that. So we're going through this freestyle again. Hope you guys don't mind. Sorry for the awkward pauses in audio. I don't know what music I could put behind this without getting copyrighted. So if you have any suggestions, tell me. This guy, like I said, he's a bit more boring compared to what else there is and what else is coming next. But he's fun. Long guy. I really love sitting down and doing this stuff, knowing that people enjoy it and enjoy watching this. I'm working on animations currently. I don't know when they're coming, though. As the winter break starts to end, content will slow down again, like how it used to be, due to a bunch of stuff in my own life. Here, I don't know if you noticed, but there is a cut in the video there because, well, not in this video, but in the recording that I had, because the pen part was the little pen icon was starting to glitch out and it was annoying me. So I decided I couldn't do that because I was trying to I had like lost my mind and couldn't remember how to do the airbrush, and change what it was. And I completely forgot to change the color as well, so. So this part was giving me a lot of pain. Well, not physically, but it was being annoying since I was trying to get this nice gradient of this color specifically. So I had to go, oh, sorry. Then I had to go back and unlock it so I could do all the spikes. I then realized my brush was too big, so I had to size it down if I'm going to do that, apparently. It's been a while since I recorded this. I just forgot to put the audio on, and then I'm like, oh yeah, I have a lot of time before I have something to do, so I'll just record it now. I don't know if I'll be able to sit down and just record these for, again, like in one sitting for a while. So it'll be like multiple different audios for multiple different days probably going forward. As you can see, oh, I know what this has inspiration from. I don't know if you guys know the series by 2ET Sutherland, Wings of Fire, but I love that series. And one of the YouTubers I watched was an animation YouTube, well, one of them that I do watch is Dragon Sheep Studios, who makes a bunch of different Wings of Fire content, a bunch of different other fandom content. She's amazing at what she does. I think they're she, I'm not sure. They're amazing at what they do, anyway. And I remember they had drawing characters based off their wiki description. And one of them was Hawthorne, the Leafwing, and he's very, very cool, and I loved his character design. But it was very lacking in the wiki, so I didn't even get a scale color, so she added a bunch of like red highlights and a little top hat. So I think I drew inspiration from that. Here you can see where I was talking about the gradients a bit. I went in on the narwhal horn, and I decided, wait, this would look really cool in the eye. Like I said, a lot of ombre stuff happening now. Bleh. Can't talk today, jeez. Like I said, a lot of new ombre stuff as I experiment with it. This is probably one of the more basic colorings I'm doing. A lot of them are a lot more complicated, especially in the next video. Well, the next one that I'm posting. This is hard to sound right. You guys probably understand what I'm saying. I just have to always explain myself for some reason. Sorry. Here I was struggling with my blender, not blender, smudger, whatever, because it was too big, so I had to keep playing with the size to get it right. This one I especially love because the eye blending looks so good, in my opinion at least. I remember, the reason I have those little 3 frame seconds to show you what is, oh geez, I forgot to, like I was saying, I have these little like still screens because I remember the person who made the Aizere fan art said that they couldn't really see, they couldn't really get another good reference photo, so I'm putting those up there if anyone wants to draw them. Just to be helpful so you can choose your favorite and you don't have to do one just because it has the best, easiest to find a good reference for. Moving on to these guys. These guys were really fun. Are you the... Okay, this one was really fun. It was like a scorpion one with... it had an anglerfish. That's why it had... It was a turtle, anglerfish, and scorpion, which was very, very fun to do. So you can see here that I'm just kind of going in and doing this. I then realized that the text at the top was too big, or was that the other video? I think I did realize that in this video too. So I went in and I carefully took that part and just changed it and made it smaller so you can have this fun little clip of me struggling to do so. Originally it was like 57 seconds of me struggling to just do this, so I've had to cut it down to about 17 seconds, which, oh wow, that shortened the video to 31 minutes exactly. Good job, me. So going back in, you can see again that this one is going to be living at the castle. I've decided they will be living with the Saharians instead, since they are a more menacing creature, and I feel like Aizere would really like that. If you don't know, Aizere is the king in green that you can find in some of the videos. Except for the, no, he's in a lot of them. In the first one he's in, now, the first animation he's in, he is colored the wrong color. He has Kaida's skin tone instead of his own, because, I don't know, I think it was late when I did it, and I completely forgot and then I saw it later after I uploaded it. So here you can see, I'm working on the scorpion tail. Very much trying to figure out how am I going to do this. I'm trying to figure out how small is too small, you know? So then I went in with this little tail barb thing. I was trying to figure out how I want it to be. I saw that on the reference picture and I'm like, nah. Saw that I had drawn a bit too far on my little arms and legs, so I decided to just make them spikes. And for the turtle shell, I added the shell, of course, so I decided that I was going to make this little shell on their back. Now, I have already figured out why they're going to have this, so that when they're younger, it prevents them from stabbing themselves in the back with their own poison. Literal backstabbers. Ooh, I should make these creatures loyal. Here, you can see me struggling to figure out a name. Just a good almost minute of this. You can see here, I've paused. I think I picked up my phone because someone texted me. So I had to respond to that. So I'm just trying to, or maybe I was searching up a name. I ended up on Poison Light for the poisonous tail barb and the little anglerfish light. I think Poss Light is how I'm going to pronounce it. Sounds very odd. It looks odd. Here I was trying to have the anglerfish little light look like it was being held onto by a claw of some sort. Then I have the turtle beak and the sharp eye. The little fin is supposed to be its ear. That might not be obvious, but it's supposed to be its ear. Again, with the swoopy neck, except this one's a lot more sharp. Like the last one, I had a lot of fun doing this. Especially this guy. This guy was super fun to draw with all his, sharp edges and... I don't know how, but now that I'm looking at this, it kind of gives me, Hot Wheels vibes. Not Hot Wheels. It feels like a toy car somehow. especially when you see the coloring that I've done for this guy. You see that on this one, on the past lights, I forgot to do line art on part of it, but you'll see me fix that and notice, like, later in the video when I'm coloring them. So here I'm just going through and making sure that the line art's good. I don't know why, but my line art, especially now, has always been a bit more messy than it used to be. I don't know why. I think it might be adjusting to a new style or it's doing something. I don't know. Here I'm carefully doing the tail, making sure the layers are good, doing all the fun stuff. The tail would take longer than I'd like to admit to figure out. And now we get to the fun part, the coloring. Reds. Red. I did a lot of red. You can see here I'm trying to figure out, like, I was trying to figure out the whole time, like, what can I put with the red? What can I put with this? Because anglerfish and sea turtles are more like blues and greens, I think. At least in my mind they are. And scorpions, to me, are red. I haven't seen any of these creatures in real life. I've seen a sea turtle, I think. I've seen a turtle of some sort. And I know usually they're green. So, you can see I'm kind of playing with gradients again, like I said. This was a super fun gradient to do. But it took forever to do the gradient. Like, all this, like, spaces I had to get into. Oh, jeez. You can see that I'm carefully making sure that they stay in their box, because it always annoys me when they go outside of their box. Like, at least enough that it's not noticed. Like, a few pixels. If it's like a pixel, I'm not going to notice. It's fine. See, I wanted to have it darker to lighter, because I felt like that'd be really cool. Though in my mind, I was also debating, what if it was lighter to darker? But I decided no. I decided I could also do this gradient on the legs, since technically, due to the spikes, they're not as, like, they won't really be the same color, I guess. I don't know. But I thought it looked neat, so I went with it. The whole time, I was trying to make sure that it remained balanced on both sides. Especially since I didn't know how much room I would have to add all the colors. So you can see I'm carefully playing with it. Make sure everything's good as I get closer and closer to the top. Then I noticed that the front and back leg are a bit off. Oh, well, no, I'm noticing that now. I don't think I noticed that when I was making it. No, this is when I noticed it. I wanted them to be balanced at least. Somewhat balanced. Then I go in with my smudge and went down pixels, and down pixels to carefully blend them together. This gradient, I think, was very nice. I did notice when I was doing it, like, myself, there was a bunch of, like, smudging and, like, odd colors showing up underneath it. I don't know if that was just my thing or if you guys see it too, but I don't know. But this guy was very fun to do. You see I've had the red, like, strawberry color. Here I decided on the blue. I'm trying to find, like, a nice grayish, bluish color to do. You know? Nice gray blue. I just eventually decided on this gray. This, like, ashy gray for, like, a fiery color. I don't know if I'm making sense at all. So I just went in and carefully filled it in. And then first did the eye white, of course. And continued finishing up the main body. The main body was definitely a lot less fun to do. Here is where I noticed my mistake, and you can see me kind of fixing it. So I just went in with this one singular color and just filled her in. Then I went in with a brown, a like warmish, nice reddish kind of brown. And I did the shell and little outline of the shell. I want to know, which one of these are your favorite? After the video is done, like, just tell me down below. If you want to, no pressure, of course. If you're seeing this on the day that I'm posting it, Happy New Year, and I'll see you all in 2026. I don't know why I'm saying this like the video's ending. I was trying to figure out the scales here. I eventually just went with these W's. So there's these guys, the pulse lights. And this is our final creature for today, a snail sloth moose from a ghost town with armor and weapons. You can't really see the moose, but my friend pointed out to me that you could see it in the coloring, since I did go with warm browns for it. Um, for this one, I had a lot of stuff I was doing at the same time. It's like talking with people, doing other stuff. Here I'm just kind of, I don't know why, but lately they've been becoming a lot smaller. So you can see me also having to play around with where I'm putting stuff. And how I'm putting them. Here you can see I'm adding the sloth claws from last time that we did a sloth guy. You can see the little claws. Except now we have them on the back too, because we have back legs instead of smoke this time. Then I went in with the snail shell, and then I was trying to figure out how much swirling should I do. So you can see me messing around with the swirl, and I eventually settled on that. Then I had this little, like, sharp part that I guess got loosely based off a moose antler. Then I put these little dots down the back. It was very fun to do these guys, especially. And then I decided I'm going to add some theater kid energy to it. And add a bunch of diamonds. A bunch of them. I was trying to figure out, and then I decided to name them the sharp shells, because armor, but they have a shell. Then of course, just went in with this. So, like I was saying, if you're seeing this day it comes out, Happy New Year's Eve, or if you're seeing this the next day, Happy New Year. I hope you all have a great New Year, and had a great Christmas too. Jeez, I can't find my words today. Having a happy holiday season, whatever you celebrate. Hope you all had a fantastic winter break if you do have a winter break. Hope you guys spend a lot of time with people you love and family and friends, of course. I guess I'm hoping that I post more and my content improves, like the animation quality, especially, and that there's more stuff coming out and more unique stuff. I'd also love to have viewer input. That's the words I'm looking for. And what you think, if you have audios you'd love to see me animate characters to, anything really. And I'd like to thank you all again for your tremendous support. I cannot express my thanks for everything you guys have done. But yeah, thank you. So then I went in with the coloring and the browns. So that was my little, yeah. So I was trying to find the right brown. I wanted it to be warmish, because the snail shell, no, not shell, jeez. The snail plush I have on my bed, it's like a nice sunset pink and a sunset orange. And somehow I came up with brown out of that. I wanted to have a warm undertone because of that, I think. I don't really know what I was thinking when I was doing this, but I was having a lot of fun. I don't know if you guys would like this idea, but I want to know. Tell me your input. I'm thinking for next time I do one of these, I'm going to make little, I don't know if you've seen that, but people have little still images of themselves, the little VTuber thingy, I think. And I'm gonna make drawings myself, the drawings of at least my character, my art person, the one with glasses. And have her be on the side, kind of moving about, maybe, kind of, sort of. I'm thinking of doing that thing where they move a bit as you talk, I guess. But I don't know if I want, if I should, because that's a lot, especially for these 31-minute videos, but I'd love to do it. If you're wondering about the book itself, the development's coming a lot farther along. I'm really proud of how far I've come with this, and I don't know. This started as just some random passion project, and now I'm here, really fleshing out this world I saw in my mind. The world, I love it. I don't know if you know how it's pronounced, but it's Aizere, and so you probably did. I said at the start of the video. I really love the world, and I love seeing where Piper's going. To be honest, I haven't even finished the first book. Finished writing it, at least. I also have to finish typing it up and doing all that stuff. Right now I'm doing a bunch of world building stuff, mythology, law systems. I have discovered a bunch of stuff about it that I love. Since it's an island in the ocean, I've decided that the sea around it is called the Raging Sea due to like this old myth they have about a crew turning against their captain in a fit of madness and like killing them on accident. And now they haunt the sea and make sure no crews can sail on it, which I really love it. I don't know how it's going to play in the story, but I feel like as soon as I get deeper into these characters, I'll understand them more. I saw one thing that said you could interview your characters, and I'm wondering, would you guys be interested in seeing that process and like, seeing it? Would you like to see me interview one of my characters? If so, who? Like Piper, Anika, who else is there? Aizere, Zeta. Fun fact, Aizere is actually the character you can see in my profile in the clown makeup, which I have a lot of other art of all the characters in it. Well, not all of them, but most of them from when I had made those pictures. So if you want to see that, tell me. I'd love to post those because I love those images so much. So if you want to see me like interview one of them, like a freen, that would be so fun. Again, thank you all for your support. This was the third Creatures of Aizere, and I'll see you guys next time.